I work with parents who have children with high behavior needs, and I coach them through how to have a relationship and be in relationship with their children and still show up as the parents they want to be. Current statistics show that 1 out of every 54 children are being diagnosed on the autism spectrum, and 1 out of every 6 children right now are being diagnosed with a behavior disorder of some kind. And so that leaves parents really at the bottom of their toolbox and feeling frustrated. And there's a lot of upset about how to show up and parent and be the parent you want to be and have children know how to navigate the world that they're going to be living in. We don't come and parent and show up in parenting as in this little tiny box of parenting. The whole system would be the whole family, would be the whole person, which would be, spiritually, what are your beliefs? What are your morals and values? What are you wanting to instill in your children? How are you able to ensure that the foundation of your home is strong? Are you in relationship with your partner or spouse? Are you able to maintain that relationship? What kind of self-care are you exercising? From a career standpoint, are you able to hold it all together and still feel like you're performing well in your career and showing up as the parent that you want to be? And then other family members, how do you ensure that the child in your home that has really high needs is getting what they need, but also your other children in your home? How are you ensuring that they're not falling to the bottom of the totem pole? And so I really think that it takes looking at the whole picture and making sure that there's balance in these other areas of life that make us a whole human being. It's not just that I show up as a mother, or I show up as a daughter and this is how I be, or I show up as a spouse and this is how I be. You bring your whole being into it. When I first meet a new client, we talk about all the wishes that they have for their children, everything that they feel is going wrong in their lives and they want to set out a lot of times to fix their children. And that's not what I do. I help parents to meet their children where they are and give them strategies, again, to help them to meet the bars that we want them to meet and the goals that we want them to meet in life. And so one of the ways that I do that with parents is I help them to see that the measuring stick that we use oftentimes are peers or tests. And those things are important to see, how we're doing and if we need to get support and find some resources. But to create your own measuring stick for your family from a cultural standpoint, are we passing down our oral traditions? Are my kids getting the morals and values that we see is so important? To simplify it, just because another parent go through the grocery store successfully and you got in and got one item and got out successfully, that may be a success for your family, given sensory needs, sensory challenges, behavioral challenges. So celebrate the successes where you can and put strategies in place in a structured scaffolding kind of way that you can easily meet them. And it'll help our kids to understand. It provides consistency and predictability for our kids. So I help parents to put that structure in place. My son, when he was little, he had what I termed a behavioral seizure. So it was in the world of autism, it's called a meltdown. He was on the floor in the grocery store, and to keep him from running out of the grocery store, I was on top of him. And my daughter, who was 3 at the time, She helped me put the whole thing into perspective. She granted my son being. So people that were looking at him on the floor, kicking and screaming, and me on top of him, trying to keep him safe and those around him safe. This little 3-year-old with my purse in her lap, sitting in the cart, says in this tiny little voice, "Nothing to see here, people. It's just Zach. Move along." But to be able to show up in that space of total acceptance, like there's nothing to see, there's nothing to fix. This is just what's happening right now. And to be able to come to peace with that. Now, I know that as parents, we want to get on top of that kind of behavior. And I help parents to put strategies in place to get on top of some of that behavior. But that place of love and acceptance and well-being, like all is well, and to grant one another being, that's what I help parents to set up to create in their homes. The reason pursuing my coaching credentials was important. I already had established a business, and have been working with parents for about 1.5 years. But the reason it was important is because in my world, the people that refer my clients to me are doctors and teachers. And in the world of teaching and medicine, credentials are important. So they're able to refer their families to me and know that I'm trained to deliver and support in coaching the families and to help so that they are able to experience some success and relief and happiness. One of the things I would love to share is that my end goal for me as a coach, and I share this with parents, is that my hope for you is that you can calm the chaos, put out the fire, and get on with making happy memories. So what do we need to do to get there?